Happy DocMas residents, and welcome to the Dr. DC podcast. My name is producer Richard. Next to me is the doctor himself.
I see Doc Score singing it. Doc so singing
Oh, wait,
it.
sorry. Why are you doing the
no.
part? That's the Doc Scorn part.
Hang on. I got a winter thing.
Wait, stop singing.
Oh, no.
What are you doing?
I forgot what the bit was.
Were you just singing the rules to what this is?
No.
This is the
I forgot the bit.
making a spooky
A scary thing
yeah,
about
yeah,
winter. Hang on. I forgot the bit. Give me.
Okay.
Oh, Dad.
Okay, hang on. Snow.
The worst one yet. I mean, you've ham-fisted snow into this before, but
It was winter.
yeah.
I totally blanked on what the bit was. It was the bright lights turned on. It was like, go.
I'm sorry, do you think you didn't blank every other time, too?
Oh,
This is
True.
what you've done every other time.
true.
Besides maybe the first one, where you came up with it.
Yeah, man, I really dug this hole for myself.
This is DocMas episode number 9 of 12 from DocMas VII.
It's DocMas 7,
Dairy
Dairy
DocMas,
DocMas, Moo Dairy Moo
Moo
Problems.
I did it.
That was nice.
I
You
know.
finally got it.
Yeah,
You had-
yeah. And
Just stick with me.
our 9th movement of the Dairy Tonic scale.
Yep. We've technically already eaten it. But there's
Yeah.
a reason for that, and we'll get there. But we ate fettuccine
A
Alfredo.
fettuccine
Yeah.
Alfredo.
Never have I drank less water
And
and eaten
more
more
pot.
fettuccine
Yeah.
Alfredo.
Yep. A part of this that I was dreading, not for the caliber of the food quality, but more for the ingredients within it.
Totally. Maybe without further ado, we'll introduce our guest.
Sure.
Who has been patient with how we're using the house.
Yeah, the studio.
And its facilities.
yeah.
And has also helped out with the preparation
Yes,
of
thankfully.
the frittata and the fettuccine Alfredo.
Absolutely. Done a wonderful job.
It's my wife. It's Mrs. DC.
Yeah.
Hey there, everybody.
And it's also Kyle.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, there we
Hey,
go.
There we go.
Kyle's first on mic debut.
Yeah, it's happening. We're going to be a podcast family.
Oh yeah, now you're gonna start being one of those Instagram families that like post everything,
Oh,
and then behind
God.
the scenes you're like, I thought, like,
Yeah.
we're only doing this one more.
Yeah, don't ruin this. Yeah.
We barely post on
I
Instagram
know.
about a family now. Like, we
It's
do
true.
things and then we look at each other and go, "You tired?" "Yeah, I'm tired." What do you think?
I think we all listen to Mommy and we think the same thing.
That's a
Wow.
There you
wow.
go.
That didn't sound forced.
Yeah, my God. We got some
I swear I didn't.
doctors in DC youth.
Yeah.
That wasn't me.
Tell us, and we are very happy with
Yeah,
this.
wow. Someone was briefed.
Yeah, apparently.
But yeah, no, welcome. Thank you for joining us for Dairy DocMas.
It's-
You made a great fettuccine Alfredo. Did you want to talk a little bit about
Your process.
about your process, about what led you here? How did your life choices lead to DocMas 7 episode 9?
Okay, so it's very nice to be talking about something non-James Bond for a bit. So
That's true.
thank
Oh,
you
that's
for
right,
thank you
yeah.
for having me on here. Okay.
On the main feed.
On the main feed, yeah, out from behind
And
the
you're
paywall.
main feeding us.
Oh.
I
So
didn't.
basically,
didn't.
You were good.
fettuccine Alfredo is my desert island food.
What a horrible food to eat on
I don't
a desert
care.
island.
I don't care.
That's also the most you thing
It's
I could
hot,
think
It's
of.
full of sand. I'm going to eat a bunch of fettuccine Alfredo.
Doesn't matter. It'll sustain me. Do not care.
I'm not surprised whatsoever.
Yeah, no, I love fettuccine Alfredo. It's only better if there's lobster in it. And when you said that this is what you guys were going to do, and I know how you two do things, I couldn't in good conscience let either of you eat like shitty jar Alfredo sauce.
I appreciate that because that's what it would have happened.
So Kyle and I went to the store today, and hey, come here, kiddo. So what kind of pasta did we get? Fresh pasta or dry pasta?
We got fresh pasta.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Yeah, nice.
So Kyle, she picked it out, and we picked up some heavy cream, and we just put in a heap ton of butter, reduced all that down, added some nutmeg and some pepper. And what kind of pasta did we get?
Fettuccine Alfredo.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
We
right.
got some fresh
Nice.
fettuccine. We mixed it all together, and we threw a whole bunch of Parmesan in, and we wanted to make Uncle Richard as sick as possible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the verdict on the fettuccine Alfredo?
Some movement has happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The things are happening.
Well,
Do you
and
feel carbo loaded?
I feel.
yeah, you want to run a marathon now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go for a fun run.
Absolutely. Yeah. I've never eaten more fettuccine Alfredo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carbo loaded, ready to run.
But to be honest, I felt very proud of myself, listeners.
As you should.
The doctor does not like cream sauce. He doesn't like cheese sauce. Like that's not Richard. The kid is in the room. He does not like that. Like any type of white creamy sauce. And so
Stop.
Till next year.
1 second. And so for even you to say that it turned out really well, I was very proud of myself. 1 second. Go ahead.
And Daddy doesn't like melted cheese.
That's true.
That is very
I
true.
had some melty cheese today. I had grilled cheese at lunchtime.
And he was gagging like a small child. Like,
Really?
he couldn't handle it.
I don't like it.
He's going, ugh, ugh.
Daddy's not a kid, though.
He's acting like a kid.
That's true. Daddy's not a
I
kid.
think that you are more of a grown up than Daddy sometimes.
Oh, my
I have
goodness.
never acted like a kid.
Never, not once.
Okay, so kiddo, do you know what Uncle Richard and Daddy talk about when we do podcast?
No.
Well, what kind of podcast do they do? What do they talk about?
Do you want to take a guess?
Superheroes?
We talk about superheroes. So some people asked us questions about superheroes, so we're going to try to answer them. And if you want to try to answer too, then you can, right?
Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we're ready.
Okay. Well, we're starting on Twitter.
Twitter.
First question comes from Mosaic Comics, who asks, considering his code of ethics, was joining the Justice League the next logical step for Snart? And should he have continued in that direction?
Okay. Have you ever heard of Captain Cold?
Yeah.
Who does Captain Cold fight? Do you remember?
Flash?
That's right. So Captain Cold one time, he wanted to stop being a bad guy, so he joined the Justice League. Did you know that?
No.
Okay. We've talked a lot about Snart. Captain
Yeah,
Cold.
absolutely.
I think he's kind of risen in the ranks of like some of your favorite characters.
Totally, yeah.
What's
Big
your
Captain Cold
What's
fan.
your opinion on him joining the Justice League?
I mean, I think that's still a step too far. I mean, if you start considering the like legends, then sure.
Right.
But it feels like the comic version of him is still like a step in both worlds. And I think I think joining the Justice League, you have no choice but to really be on one side of that coin. And
Right, yeah,
I think that might be a little bit too far for him. I mean, even with Legends, he only really lasted that in a season, right? And then they didn't make it very much longer than that. So I think like he can never be fully good for too long.
Now,
Was that Wentworth Miller?
it was Wentworth Miller.
Okay.
I was just gonna say,
yeah.
like what? How do you feel about Captain Cold?
How do you feel about Wentworth Miller?
Okay, so these are two separate issues. Okay, Wentworth Miller can get it, and I'm on board for Wentworth
You'd like him to
Miller.
break a prison? Yeah.
But
We all know what number he absolute mastered.
Yeah.
don't we know? But to be fair, I first was introduced to Snart in the comics, and he's a little more sneaky fun.
Yes.
In the comics, and a little more sneaky fun in the animated movies that we watch with the kiddo.
Yeah.
And Wentworth Miller is so stoic.
So intense.
Yeah, like
Yes.
intense and stoic.
Yeah.
So like Wentworth Miller in my brain can do no wrong, but I think I prefer the cartoony bit.
Sure.
And it would make sense to me that Snart, that type of Snart, would want to join the Justice League, whereas Wentworth Miller I feel would be too stodgy for it.
I agree with that.
So that's my
I
that's
totally,
my 10 cents.
I totally agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the one thing to your point about him joining the Justice League, I think the only thing that made it feel not totally weird was he only joined because Lex joined. It was right after
Sure.
Forever Evil, and Lex had saved the day. And the world was like, hey, Lex is great. And the Justice League was sort of put in this position where he was like, I saved the day. I have all the good PR. You were nowhere. And I know who Batman is. Let me in the Justice League.
Sure.
And they did, but Snart was working for him. So he
Uh,
kind of got in like...
was like
'cause
grandfathered in.
Sort of like Lex's bodyguard almost.
Sure, yeah.
So I think that was like the slight... Because I imagine they also were like, it's weird to have Snart join the Justice League. So I think that might also be how that happened.
Hey, kiddo. If any supervillain could join the Justice League, who would you have join the Justice League?
I would have Catwoman join it because
Ooh.
she is learning how to be a good guy and she really likes Batman.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's a really good one.
Okay, bye, Kyle.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, Catwoman's a good choice for that.
Absolutely. All right, let's go to the next
I would
question.
want Wentworth Miller to play Catwoman.
I mean, put him in that outfit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Let's leave Twitter and head on over to Reddit.
Where everyone's nice and no one's ever mean.
All right. A question from Reddit comes from Draco Folly, who asks, each of you think of a DC hot take the other has, then explain why they're wrong.
Okay. Well, why don't we start with you, Mrs. DC? Can you think of like a hot take I have about DC Comics or about a superhero or a supervillain or anything?
I would dare say the hot take for you that I do not agree with is that Aquaman is the best.
So we're doing this, huh?
Yeah. Even though
That wasn't on the list that I gave you.
It wasn't approved.
Even though on our wedding day in my vows, I did state in front of all our family and friends that I would cheer for Aquaman alongside you.
Yep. You've now decided that vow is null and void.
I don't think he's the best of all the heroes that you champion. This is my hot take. I feel that a more well-rounded superhero, a stronger superhero, would be Hawkman.
I do like Hawkman.
Exactly. So
There was some Hawkman slander in this corner earlier.
So in your
Alright.
hierarchy, your hot take of nothing beats Aquaman, I challenge.
Right.
But to be fair, I don't have enough historical knowledge to make an informed counter argument.
Right.
So that's mine.
Wow. Huh.
Hey, Kyle, who's better, Aquaman or Hawkman?
Aquaman.
Yeah. Yeah. Aquaman.
That aggressive parenting's finally coming in handy.
Yeah. If you just like whisper it while they're sleeping. Then okay. I think I know a hot take. Hot take of yours.
Yeah.
Is that, well, I'm not 100% sure how hot the take is necessarily,
Sure.
but I think a hot take of yours is that like Booster Gold needs to be used a lot more.
Yeah.
Like Booster Gold, I think for you would be like the 8th Justice Leaguer. List the main 7 and then Booster.
Absolutely.
And I really like Booster Gold and I like time travel stuff and I think he's a good character, blah, 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 blah. But like I would never make him like a pillar of the thing, you know what I mean? But I think you would.
I would, but not for the reasons because I think he's like the most powerful or anything like that.
No.
I just think from a storytelling standpoint, there's so much to play with there and it would be really fun.
Right.
I like Booster Gold because of his ability to because of like its untouched potential and the characters, like I think how fun it would be to adapt it into different things and include him as part of stories and things like that.
Right.
I don't think he's at the same level like of godhood that like the Justice League is at.
Right.
But I do think that like anytime I think of a fun adaptation or a story that could be told, Boosters just feels like a fun one to use it for that.
I'm trying to think of like maybe a hot superhero take that you would have.
I don't have many. I just kind of come along for the ride with you two fools.
I'm trying to think of like if you said something that's like really like shaken me.
I think that the only time you've ever been not aggressive with me,
Wow.
Uh-oh.
but I'm
Easy.
Put this back behind the paywall. Still put it out.
Yeah, of course. It's content.
in the realm of superhero opinions.
Okay.
I love Michael Keaton as Batman, and you swear to the ground that Christian Bale is better than him because
I don't think I've ever said
You said
that.
he's a better Bruce Wayne, and I don't agree.
I don't think I've ever said that.
Yes, you did.
I definitely think Ben Affleck is the best Batman we've had.
But you
100% have
But you
said
did
that.
say that Christian Bale was a better Bruce Wayne than Michael Keaton, and
yeah.
I thoroughly disagree.
Okay, I'm thinking on it. I do agree with that.
Yes.
Whether or not it's been said, I do agree with that because Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne is so weird.
And that's what I love about it. He grew up without parents.
Hmm.
Of course, he came out weird.
Right. I mean, that's not a bad line of reasoning. All right.
Think about the Gotham show. That kid's weird as hell.
He's not Keaton weird though.
Regardless, that's my hot take.
Interesting.
Sorry, listeners.
All right.
Okay, so your hot take, I'm going to say your hate on Guy Gardner.
I'm right.
Look,
How could it be a hot take when I'm right?
God, the classic, the Reed Vanier story, yeah. Yeah. What, did Kyle have something to say?
You've got something to say?
Just holding it.
Yeah, she just likes to hold the
I see.
microphone and
Okay,
be part of it.
Yeah, I think that his willpower is actually stronger than Hal's. He was actually going to be the one that was selected, but when Ab and Sura died, but Hal was just closer.
What is this? What is happening here? Someone's remembering.
All right.
what's been talked about on the podcast.
All right.
It's a DocMas miracle.
Yeah, let's not get too crazy. Yeah, I mean, he's one of the few Earth lanterns that actually like relies on other lanterns.
Yeah, because he has to.
But the whole core mentality.
Yeah. No, I mean, wow. Oh my God, I've been hoisted by my own petard.
He's learning.
Oh my God, I didn't even think he could,
I could go on.
but I won't.
No, I
But-
won't.
All right.
But yeah, even though he's like talks about lethal force all the time, he was the one that actually like was the one to stand up against lethal force when it was brought up.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
Didn't turn into Sinestro.
You mean Parallax?
Parallax, sorry.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh. You knew what you were saying. I had.
Frick.
Stop.
Yes.
Right, Kyle? Fudge? Yeah. Kyle's just shaking her head at Uncle Richard and his nonsense.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next question. From the Doc Scored, coming to us from Cosmic DM Classic.
Okay.
What are your blood types and birthdays? For Japanese/Chinese matchmaking purposes, nothing nefarious.
My birthday's in November. It just passed. I truly don't know what my blood type is. It's O something. But that's it. That's all I
Yeah,
got.
it's oh my God, stop eating.
So it's oh no.
Oh no, stop.
And you are a Scorpio.
I am a Scorpio.
Sort of.
Yeah,
Scorpio, you're mad.
that's you.
Yeah,
Barely
that's
a
me.
Scorpio.
I am a Scorpio.
the,
I'm a
the sexual energy. Oh my God.
I'm a Scorpio.
And
We are the same.
yeah, so Richard and I are 1 day apart. He is July 15th. I am July 14th. We're both so cancerish it hurts.
Oh yeah.
And
On society.
Kyle is born, you all might remember, in the early days of April.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
And Kyle is an Aries. Okay? Yeah.
Not the Wonder Woman villain.
No, yeah, not the
Not
Wonder
yet.
Woman villain.
Not yet.
Just in the way that she corrects us and sasses us all day long.
Yeah, and incites war.
I mean, upon her like fellow people.
Mommy's wrong. You don't.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know my blood type. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm O something.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm O something. Woo!
Oh bother.
Yeah, please don't do anything nefarious with this information.
Yeah. Also, when you say it's not for that, it makes it feel like it is. Anyways, let's go to the last question from the phone.
Sure, let's do it. Do you have the coin? Are you going to flip for me
I
again? Because
can actually, or Mrs. Dr. DC can.
Oh, can I?
So We're going to the Bear Down for Midterms question. Question from Bear. We're going to read the question, and then we're going to flip to see if we answer it.
Yep.
The question is, would you volunteer for one another in the Hunger Games? And do you think you have a chance? So you mean like someone is like being picked, and then you like, I volunteer as tribute?
I volunteer as tribute.
Right. Okay, so flip the coin, and we'll see if we answer this.
Okay, you ready? Heads up.
Oh, come on.
We've not hit a single tail.
9 in a row.
Yeah.
It's rigged.
That's statistically an improbability.
Yeah. Okay.
Would we volunteer for each other, like to spare each other from the Hunger Games? I would for my wife.
I would for your wife.
Easy.
I would.
I would for Kyle.
Oh, I would for your wife.
Easy.
The only one, I'm sorry, boys. You know I love you both, but the only one I would do it for is Kyle.
I mean,
What is this?
Honey,
Betrayal.
no, not
you
betrayal.
can't leave her alone with you.
Yes. I'm a great dad.
You know what? I
You being a great dad and you being capable on your own, it's two different things.
Easy.
well, here's the other question. Do you think you stand a chance?
Yes.
What?
100% I do.
What?
I have the inflated ego and a memory of being great at martial arts that
Yeah.
will carry me through the Hunger Games.
As we know, every time you've tried to prove that prowess.
Yeah, I would 100%. I definitely think I would win.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd be like hiding in the bushes, dropping out a tree. Like,
Daddy, I flipped a coin and heads down.
well, come on. I
Yeah.
never did that.
Uncle Richard, do you think that you'd win in the Hunger Games?
No, I think I'd last until the end because I could talk my way through basically any situation up until it was me and one other person, and then I would die.
Right. What about you?
I'm insane. so I might
mean-
just destroy everyone in my path.
Of all the people in this room, only one of us has gotten that much trouble on the ice. So
Yeah. I'm insane. Hey kiddo. Say mommy and daddy had to battle a bad guy. Who do you think would win, me or daddy?
I think Mommy.
Hey, come on.
yeah,
Kyle has spoken. But yeah, there we go.
I should have known.
I'd probably be from some weird district though. I'd be like District 7 or some
I don't
nonsense.
know anything about them. What's weird about District 7?
Okay, one
No,
second.
truly, are there weird ones?
Yeah, there are a lot of weird ones. Okay, one more comment from Kyle, and then
Sure.
we're gonna sign off.
Let's do it.
Actually, I choose both.
Oh, very diplomatic.
Yeah, wow.
She'd be
Smart.
President Snow.
Ever the
Yeah.
politician. Yeah.
There you go.
President Snow, yeah.
Yeah, District 1 right here.
Oh my God, there it is.
Oh my God.
So there you go, listeners.
Or
I mean, truly, of all four of us, that's probably the one that would survive.
do you know who I actually how I actually think you would fit into the Hunger Games,
How's
Richard?
that?
You would be Stanley Tucci's smarmy host character.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, he would. For sure.
Whatever his name, like Stanley Finkelbottom. I don't. What's
Caesar.
his name? Caesar Finkelbottom. I
No,
got that right.
no.
Oh.
I think his last name's like. Oh no, it's Caesar something.
Yeah. Milan.
Excuse me, Mr.
No. It's Peter Malark from District 12.
PETA is the guy.
Yeah, he's the dude.
Excuse me, Mr. Featherbottom.
Mrs.
There's a TikTok that I love, which is like this guy on one of the like the little columns at the beginning before they're allowed to actually go fight each other.
Oh, okay.
And so because they basically get raised on these
Oh, I
platforms.
see. Okay.
And so he's sitting on the platform. It was like he's like how it would be when he was on there, and he's like eating. He's like, I snuck a snack in, and he's like, do you want one? And he's, do you want one? And then he's like throws it, and then he's like, oh, I forgot that those were weighted platforms, and it basically explodes them. It's very funny.
Oh,
I have
man.
not seen or read the Hunger Games.
The books are good.
in any way.
The books are good until the like last book, but
Sure.
I'd say like a third through the last book.
yeah. It's really just what she turns into at the end. Like
Yes,
I find she gets so annoying.
that's fair.
But yeah. Otherwise, they're good and they're worth. The movies are not great.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, that is the end of it. Thank you.
Well, at the end of this, we have more to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say
The
you.
road is long.
You guys have so much more lactose to intake.
road is long.
Mhm.
with many eating dairy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That leads us poo. Who knows where? Yeah, I know. I got the right audience here. Who knows where?
And the question was
So,
heads up.
there you go.
all right. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mrs. DC.
It is my absolute
And
pleasure.
if you're not subscribed to the Patreon, subscribe at the Golden Age tier, the $7 tier, and get Bonding Time, the show that we do together. Where
Yeah.
we
Bondage Time.
rewatch all of the James Bond movies.
25 amazing weeks of marital
By the
togetherness.
time you're listening
And learn rope play each episode.
by the time you're listening to this, the Die Another Day episode might be out. We might be done Brosnan by the time.
We will
this
be
is
done
out.
Brosnan, and it's a hard finish, let me tell you.
Yeah, when they get to Craig, they start moving into leather. Bonding time.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
No, when we get to Craig, you cut the bottom out of a chair and start swinging that big old rope around.
All right. We are going to sign off because someone needs to go to bed, okay?
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. What?
night.
Use words.
You got to use words.
Good night.
Okay.
Good night, everybody. Take care.
Here's Coiny.
Well, now you can reach out to us if you want to answer some questions or ask some questions in the new year. You can go to all of our various social media platforms. And if you want to get on that golden age level, you can subscribe to our Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
There's 2 underneath that with even more content and access to the Discord.
Baby.
And we've got a whole other podcast where we go through every single episode and talk about the Supernatural TV show from CW.
Man, you almost didn't land that one.
Ghostfacer's a Supernatural,
Supernatural
rewatch.
rewatch. We're most of the way through season 8.
That's
Part of the
right.
way through season 8.
That's right.
I'll never tell.
Halfway about, yeah.
Nice.
Ciao,
Adios.
All the superheroes, they always fight for what is right. Live with danger and adventure, they are men of might.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.